So here's what I learned recently. You can actually recover from breakups much sooner than later. Stay tuned for more information. Some of you who are following me, you know that I have been in a relationship, right? I was in a several-week relationship. I fell for this man. He was my boyfriend. We talked about all sorts of things. And then something happened last week, actually a week and a few days ago, and he went rogue on me. He went silent, and I was extremely hurt last week. Really, really hurt because I didn't understand his behavior. I didn't understand why he did certain things. Yes, I know what I did on Friday night. I got upset. You can look at another video on that concerning the boundaries video. I'm going to add it up here. So fine, I get upset and I can understand why he would be silent because of that. But the week went on, no contact. He went silent, sent me a couple of texts, and then said he'd, talk to me, and then it just didn't happen. So a lot of promises that he didn't say I promised to talk with you. He said I would. A lot of those kind of things happened. It just didn't happen. And during the week, I did a lot of processing. I did a lot of talking with my friends. And I was able to come to a point today where I'm feeling back in my power. Now, I was feeling back in my power Thursday and Friday up until I saw him. We live in the same little community. I saw him on Friday and I went, oh my God. I got upset because I started feeling those emotions again, and I decided to go out of town. I decided to go out of town for the weekend and came back late last night. And now I'm feeling good again. Lots of little things happen, but the point is that I think once we realize what happened, and we process the information, we can get over a breakup fairly fast. So here's what I did to get over my breakup. I went through the pain. Believe me, I cried. I was sad. I got the frustrations. I got angry. Not to him, not in front of him or anything like that. I felt all of those emotions. So I felt those emotions. I did not stuff those emotions, or I did not mask those emotions at all. That's one thing that I suggest, is you allow yourself to feel what you feel. Allow yourself to feel what you feel, and do what you think you need to do to rekindle this relationship. Now, we never broke up. The guy just never called me back or never texted me back, and when he did, he said we would talk, and that never happened. That never happened. Even recently, it just didn't happen. So I did what I think, everything I could, even writing a love note and putting a nice picture, in his where he lives. I did everything I could within reason. I didn't hound him, and I didn't chase him, and I didn't, I didn't stalk him or anything like that. So I'm saying I did everything I could to tell him, I care for you, I love you, I'm here, I'm ready to talk, I'm willing to talk, but no response, or response, but the guy did not talk with me. So do what you need to do. Do whatever you think you need to do to feel good about the relationship. So do what you think you need to do, what you think is reasonable to do, to tell the person that you love them, you want to be with them. And that's what I've done. And of course, be aware of when you're doing beyond what you would normally do, because I noticed that I was texting and I wasn't getting a response. And I came to a point that I thought, hang on a second here. I'm not getting a response. I sent 2 texts, not bad. It's not like I was sending 10, 15 or anything like that. and I didn't get a response, and normally I did get a response. I told myself, no, I am not going to text or call. I've done what I could. So be aware when you're doing more than you think you normally would. I hope that makes sense. I needed to set a personal boundary, and you can check out the boundary video up there, although I don't talk about the texting thing. I needed to set a personal boundary. I needed to take care of myself because I knew that if I sent more texts and didn't get a response, I would get hurt, I would get upset, I would start wondering why he's not responding and so on. So I had told myself, I'm not going to text Thursday. I didn't text Thursday. I'm not going to text Friday. So when I did get a text Friday night at 9:30, I chose not to text. I chose to respect my boundaries. So you may need to set some boundaries. Other people don't need to know that they're boundaries, right? They don't need to know their personal boundaries. That's what I had to do for myself, to protect myself, to feel like I'm taking ownership. I'm taking my power back. And that's so important. That's another thing. So, and I think when we start doing those things, right, the things that I've talked about, we start healing our wounds. We start healing our pain. So feeling the pain is important. Taking our power back, setting personal boundaries, that's really, really, really important too. And you'll notice that you're starting to feel better. And another thing that I'm doing, because I enjoy doing that, is having fun. There were moments when I didn't feel like having fun, right? I was sad. Last week I was sad. I was hurting. I was in pain. And there were a lot of things I didn't understand. So I did do some journaling. That's another thing. Let's add that to the list. Some journaling helped a lot too. And I chose to listen to music that I enjoyed listening to. And I had fun. I love dancing, man. What can I tell you? I love dancing. So have some fun too. I also did some things to distract me. For example, I don't like cleaning. It isn't my thing. Some people love cleaning. I don't. So I looked at my deck, and it had a rug on it a carpet that him and I had talked about removing it. He was going to do it in the fall. And I was looking at that thing going, I wonder what's underneath there. And it's the deck, but the deck itself was getting wet. And I know that if I kept the rug there, it was going to damage the deck even more. So I opted to remove the whole thing. It kept my mind busy, preoccupied, just like what teaching does. I teach, I offer coaching. That helped me to preoccupy my mind. So all of those things helped me to reduce the time of pain and hurt. Every relationship is different, whether it's a short-term one or a long-term one. If you were emotionally invested in that relationship, more than likely you'll experience pain. You'll experience something, some emotion, some feelings. And it's important to go through them, to go through these emotions. And at some point, you're going to want to say, okay, enough is enough. F it. I'm not going to say that on video, but I think you know what I mean. F it. I'm all right. I'm going to get over this, and I'm going to take my power back. And that's what you got to do. This is Linda G. Robert. You're back in the groove again, coach. I'm here to help you live your best life now so you can love what you do. This video is part of our Love in Our 60s video. I hope you like it. Like it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Lots of more of those videos coming your way. Bye now.